Okay, we're recording. So thanks for jumping on the call with me tonight. I am really excited. I took some notes. So if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. I really kind of wanted to check in since we're doing the coach basics and kind of just wanted to get a little bit of feedback, but also kind of wanted to hit some high points talking through it because I feel like a lot of those posts are long and can maybe get tiring to read, or like you read it at work, or I don't know, just things like that. I know that sometimes reading the novels that I type out may not be setting home. And I know that as our team is growing, I just kind of wanted to make sure things are clear and kind of go over the kind of daily basics that I do to kind of help stay organized and really jumpstart the business, because it really is it's not anything more than the 3 vital behaviors. It's just kind of a little bit deeper into each one of when we go through the different coach basic stuff. So kind of what I wanted to just start out by saying is I kind of talked about this on the first day of the coach basics, but everybody, all of y'all, I mean, everyone else is on our team, literally has exactly what it takes to grow a huge business. I remember when I first started as a coach and I started kind of following higher coaches and stuff like that, and I saw the potential, I was like, man, I just didn't know if that was at grasp for me or for other people. And just kind of seeing all of us grow, y'all grow your teams, and then all of us keep the numbers keep growing. It's all of y'all have what it takes. I want y'all to believe that. And that right there though is what's going to set you apart. If you believe it, then you're really going to be able to get there. Because once I started believing wow, this really can happen for me, I really kind of gained a new confidence in my business, kind of when I'm going through my fitness and I gain confidence in my body or my looks or whatever. When I really believed in myself for my business, that's kind of when things took off for me, because I really continued to post regardless if people would say stuff or things like that. And I just remember when I was pushing to Diamond, I really thought, I didn't think that it was going to be attainable. I had a goal, and then I thought, I was like, well, maybe I'll get there, maybe I won't. And when I finally said to myself, I will get there by August, it's that's kind of when I really honed in day and day out, and I got there. So I just want you to believe in yourself, because I see the way y'all post daily. I see the way, if y'all send me different conversations, I see the way y'all talk to people, and even if people are saying no right now, it's I promise y'all are y'all have it. I know y'all have it. And so that was kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about. And then another thing I just wanted to remind y'all of is your why. So for me, I have my why is, my ultimate why is I want freedom for my family, financially, but also freedom time-wise. I want to be able to travel and have the freedom, and thankfully now I'm working at home, so that freedom is a little bit more, but the freedom of being able to travel with Garrett, or when I have kids, to be able to continue to make my own schedule, stuff like that. It's I have a picture of me and Garrett on my desk, as cheesy as that sounds, but that's my why. And that is looking me in the face day in and day out, and that's what pushes me. And I have my days where I'll get super frustrated, and I'll have to remind myself, okay, why are you in this? What is called, what's going to push you today? Why do you want to be a part of this business and stuff like that? And so that day in and day out constantly is what helps me. And so I just want to really challenge y'all to either maybe write it out or have a picture or something, and keep that in mind. Keep in mind why you're doing this, because it is the same thing daily, it kind of gets hard when you don't see payoff or anything like that. And so just keep that in your back pocket, keep that close to your heart, and just keep pushing, because that's really what's going to kind of really push your business forward, especially on hard days. And that's really going to help show you too, if you see the potential in this company and you know what it can do for you, and you know why you're doing this, it's all going to align. and then you're really like nothing's going to stop you. And I just really want to encourage y'all to hold that close. And that kind of goes hand in hand with your story. And when I say your story can literally be anything. It could be like your transformation story. It can be a story about this weekend, how choosing something healthy made you feel differently or something. It can be tons of stuff. But like when I say share your story, I would recommend sharing it in like small nuggets to kind of get people to come back to you and want to know what is different about you. Like, why are you constantly happy? Like, what part of that little part of your story is going to bring someone back? So for me, like, I like to break my story up into, okay, transformation, fitness for sure. Personal would be anxiety. I talk about that a lot, but like that's like a huge part of my story because that's something I've always struggled with, and this has really helped me kind of get over hump. I still struggle, but that is one little thing I talk about. Or like self-confidence for sure. That's another part. But like I tried when I first became a coach, I made this huge post why I became a coach, and I gave everything. I went from point A of wanting to lose weight all the way to Z of my confidence. And like, it was a great post, but it's like, I know I probably lost people in the middle. And like that, it's kind of hard to think of it in that way because it's like your story and it's close to you and it's close to me. But like, I don't know. I just want you to know that every part of your story matters. So I want you to be able to highlight on every part of the story. And those are your really good posts. And those are your posts that are going to get your people to really kind of like catch an eye, and they're going to be like, whoa, wait a second, I relate to this girl. I'm going to keep following her and kind of see what she's doing to get past this. And so that alone there, I think like your why and your story are two things to think about daily. Like, how can you incorporate that into your posting and into just like your tasks and how you're managing your business. And then social media. I kind of wanted to like talk a little bit about what has worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, what I'm kind of in the middle of. One thing I was talking to Candace about this last week is the beauty of this business is the beauty of the replication. And what I mean by that is you can copy, you can take a post from another coach and maybe like tweak it a little bit and make it your own. And like from that, like I've learned wording like crazy for me. Sometimes I'll be like in a stump. I'm like, I know what I want to say, but I can't even type it out right now because I can't figure out how to say it. So I'll go and I'll look at someone who I'm following and I'll kind of read how they post it and I'll copy that in my own words. And that's completely okay because I'm telling you, people do that all the time. And in the diamond training we're in, they kind of had a week about that. And so don't feel bad about that. I definitely recommend something I've even kind of gotten bad about is posting like multiple times a day. Right now I'm trying to do 4 to 5 times a day. That hasn't really been working too well for me this past week, but the consistency, even if it's not all about having to be about fitness. I just think that consistency of posting the 3 to 5 times is huge. And so I know like for me, when I first started, I didn't know what to post about. And literally kind of something like a rule of thumb that I had always really thought about, as crazy as this sounds, is Snapchat. I don't know if y'all are in Snapchat, but if I'm in a Snapchat something of me to my friends, like, oh, look what I'm eating, or oh, look, this is funny. If I take a picture of it, I kind of save it and then I'll think of a post for it. Or say that it's like something funny, I'll try to think of something that relates to it and post about it. And like, that's kind of how I started knowing daily what to post about, because I mean, me and some of my girlfriends, we would just send the craziest pictures of ourselves to each other. But then I was like, this is what I'm going to start using to post to people, because I didn't really have any clue what to post about. But also post about like family, or post about the Cowboys. Say that's what I was doing, or like the Aggies, or whoever your team is, or whatever. Stuff like that. People want to know you're a real person and you're not just this like fitness robot that doesn't have, like, show who you are. People want to know who you are. And from that, I just want to encourage y'all just to be confident in your posts. Like, y'all are all so beautiful, so fun, so sweet, and y'all just need to know that. So when you post, be confident in that. And that should even overflow into your inviting process. Like, be confident in who you are, because each one of y'all really are like so unique in your own way, and you can reach so many people if you just know that. Like, just know I absolutely adore every single one of y'all, and I just hope y'all, like, if you're ever having a bad day or anything, just contact me and I will help you, because I just don't want y'all to fall into the trap of, a lot of times I will not have very thick skin, and I'll take something that someone has said or something that is hurtful about maybe posting too much. Like, I'm just talking about how I'm trying to post 4 times a day, that I'm posting too much. Like, little stuff like that can get in your head, and it can, really mess with you. But like, I don't, just try to get that out of your mind, because y'all, this right now, especially, like, if you just continue to post and continue to be consistent, I promise you it'll pay off, because I'm kind of seeing it for my business, and it's really cool. Like, I didn't believe it, but I kept doing it, and it's true. Like, it's just the compound effect. So just know that y'all are all awesome, and I'm so excited y'all are on my team. So just use that confidence in yourself to post, but then to also invite people. And that kind of leads me to my next little highlight that I wanted to do from this Coach Basics, is the inviting process. And I know this may have been a little cloudy when I posted about it, because I think I didn't make it super clear that it doesn't have to just be you messaging people, inviting people. When I say invite, and when Beachbody kind of like has us invite daily, that can be posting. So like, that can be our flyers that we create, or that can be it would be a flyer or any kind of post, and like, that doesn't have to just be randomly messaging a girl saying, hey, you should do this with me, do you want to join? Because a lot of times that is kind of a turnoff. Not all the time, but sometimes. When I message someone inviting them, I've normally been in a conversation with them at least 2 to 3 times, like back and forth about something. And so that's the significance of the hey girls. And so I used to get confused, hey girls and inviting, and I thought they were one and the same, which they can be, but I think a lot of times it's not. I think that a hey girl would just be kind of getting your name out there, building relationships, building that trust, so that when you feel deep down that it's right to invite them. Because I'll tell you, like, when I started, I keep saying when I started, but it's because I learned so much from myself and my own failures, just that I want to pass on to y'all to not do. So when I started messaging people like out the wazoo, of just inviting them and just saying, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I think that you'd be really great at coaching. Like, I literally said that to so many people, and they'd be like, thanks, but I don't know. Like, so it's like, you've got to build that trust, but there comes also a very fine line of, say it's a friend or something like that. That's different if you want to talk to them. But like, for me, when I thought about inviting people, I just did not go about it the right way. So if y'all have any suggestions for each other, or for me too, I'm always down for new inviting techniques. But I think for me, the best way that's been successful has been through the flyers, but also if I've been talking to a girl or someone and just kind of getting to know them, building that trust, and then saying, hey, I'm actually starting this new challenge group. There's going to be a lot of prizes. There's going to be a lot of accountability and recipes and all that kind of stuff. And so would you like to join? And a lot of times they'll say yes. And so then you have to explain the challenge pack and all that stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of really, I guess, it on Coach Basics. And I don't even know if that really made sense. I feel like I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. But long story short, with Coach Basics, just really focus on your why, focus on your story, focus on your confidence, and know that I fully believe 110% that that y'all each can have your businesses boom if you just keep, you know, building those relationships and posting and inviting people, and believing in yourself. Just believe in yourself, because I fully believe in all of y'all. And I really hope y'all know that I mean that. Like I talk about, Garrett knows every one of y'all by name because I talk about each one of y'all all the time. Like, I'm just so excited about our team. Anyway, so I kind of want to transition to something else that I learned last week that was kind of like an aha moment for me. So I watched this training video with Bonnie Engel, and I don't know if any of y'all know who she is, but I'm kind of like obsessed with her right now. I'm just kind of learning a lot of things from her videos and stuff like that. But I watched a video, and okay, to give you a little backstory, she's been in the business, I think, like 17, 18 months or whatever. She's a 9-star diamond. She went from 1 star to 9-star in 6 months. So like, I was like, whew, that's mind blown. But like, I just watched all this stuff, and she was talking about that when she kind of was starting, she just kept getting all these objections from people. And she was like, I've got to figure out a way, you know, like, obviously you have templates to like send to people when they give you an objection, but she's like, I really want to figure out a way so like people don't object it or they don't doubt it before I even get a chance to kind of like show my passion for it. So what she started to do was she made a list, excuse me, of all of her objections she's gotten, whether it's things are too expensive, it's I don't have enough time, I can't do that, or I mean anything from A to Z. She wrote them out, and then she would write a post to counter it. So it'd almost be like you're getting ahead of the curve and ahead of the question before they're even asked. So like for me, I think hands down my biggest objection is money. And so I've been like thinking of like posts that I can say like about Shakeology or how I can afford it or things like that. And so I just think that was like, for me, like brilliant. I was like, that's so true, because I think that most people say the same thing when they're like, I can't do that right now, it's not my budget, which all that stuff I understand. But if you kind of like present the opportunity as affordable, as not that much time, it's like people then will, I think, be more open to considering it before they even like put up that wall saying I can't do it or whatever. So I made a list, I think it was Friday. Let me pull it up and see what all. So like my list is like 10 things long right now. And so my biggest one was too expensive. Another one was I don't have enough time. And that's kind of like what I get a lot for coaching. Another big one for Shakeology is I can go to the store and get protein there. Don't get me started on that. But and then another one is I haven't hit my goal yet. I can't be a coach. The pyramid scheme. I can't post all the time on social media like you do. And then it's not my budget. And so for me, what I did is I've kind of created posts that I'm going to do these next couple weeks that are going to talk about how I'm affording Shakeology, why I like Shakeology, not just a protein that I'm getting from the store, why this is not a pyramid scheme, or like things like that, just to kind of show people this before they start doubting it, if that makes sense. So that to me, like I said, was huge. And then another one, and I kind of want to pass this on as like a little tough love, but like a really good encouragement is, this business has a lot of really great training and a lot of really great YouTube videos out there. And I have watched a ton, I've learned a ton, but she said in one of her videos, and she was like, I don't care how many videos you watch, you aren't going to make a business until you actually get out there and do something. And I was like, it's true. And so as hard as it is to think about that, I kind of had to take a look at what I do day in and day out and how I view things. And I'm like, okay, I've learned all this stuff. I've learned how to time manage. I've learned how to do everything. And I really just kind of wanted to kind of talk about that with Coach Basics. Like I'm trying to, like teach all the posts or things like that. But like, unfortunately, nothing is going to happen until we put into practice what we're learning. And I have just really learned that, like on days that I don't post or on days that I don't reach out to people. I don't have people reaching out to me, and I get frustrated, and I'm like, great, like I'm a failure or something like that. And it's not true. It's I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And like, I don't know. So I just want to encourage y'all to like soak in what you learn, but do it. Like take action and take responsibility and do it, because that's how you're gonna grow your business. And like for I don't know, that's just like so last week I've been saying I need to write out my posts, I've learned I need to put my posts in buffer or planning out my posts and scheduling them, but I don't ever do that. And so I'm like, okay, so I finally took the time, and I was like, you need, Jamie, no one's gonna do this for you. This is your business. And so like I finally took the time and did it. And now I'm excited that like I have things planned for this week. So it's like, I don't know, just that's just something that's been on my heart. Like for me, it's almost like I'm preaching to myself. It's like, Jamie, you know what you need to do, so do it. Like, I don't know. But I guess what I want to finish with last is I don't know if y'all were on the call that Kate did a couple weeks ago about goals, but it's September 20th. I don't know if y'all know that by now, but it's crazy that it's September 20th. And I set these like huge goals for September. And I know a lot of y'all did too, because I read them in the group. And I just kind of wanted to check in and see how that's going, and kind of like all of us to kind of take like a step back and be like, okay, am I doing my daily goals? Am I doing my weekly goals? And how is my monthly goals looking? It's not over yet, so I don't think we should give up on any of the goals, but how is it looking? Like what is your day in and day out looking like to help you get towards those goals? So that's kind of where I wanted to end it. I actually have a lot more to talk about, but I ramble a lot, so we can talk about this on another time. But do y'all have any questions or any comments, or did I just go completely scatterbrained in all of this, or what are y'all? Anyone have anything to say? Hold on, I think y'all are muted. Let me make sure. Okay, I am muted, everyone, if anyone wants to talk.
Well, I'll just kind of second what you were saying last about the goals. I guess I don't know, been doing this for 3 months now, I guess. And the first and second month were fine. They were good. But this month, Jamie, she said, write down your goals and send them to me. I want to know what they are. And I've noticed that I have them right here, actually. Since I wrote down, not just had them in my head, but I like wrote them down on a paper and have left the spiral open on my counter so I can see it every day. Having them written down, I've been more productive this month than I have in the 2 past months combined, just as far as like my business goes as a whole. So I would really encourage you to write them down, because the first 2 months I was like, oh, I know I want to do this, this, and this. And I just kept it in my head, which is good too. But I've really found that when I wrote them down, I was way more productive each day, and then each week I was accomplishing more. And then now that the month is almost coming to an end, I look back at my list and I've almost nearly accomplished all of the goals that I had for this month, whereas in months before I hadn't yet. So it was really great writing it down. I'm definitely going to keep doing that.
Great.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Do you have any questions, or was that like information overload?
No, you're fine. No.
Everyone else good? How are y'all liking the Coach Basics? Is that helping at all, or is there anything that I could do better that would make it a little bit more smoother? Or I know like I'm going to keep trying to post more in the mornings so that y'all can have all day to look at stuff. But is the information helpful at least, or what are y'all thinking for all of that?
Mm-hmm. I think it kind of pushed my butt out to like start inviting people, because I was so like, I'll get to it. So it kind of just helped to see like a template for it, and just to see the other coaches, doing it with you at the same time. Because sometimes I do feel, even though I know you're there and the other coaches are there, I kind of feel like a little alone, because I don't want to bother people. And so like, I don't know if I'm doing it right, or if I'm being annoying, or if I'm just being repetitive. So the invitation part like really scared me. and it still scares me a little bit. One question I did have was, I know like tomorrow I was technically supposed to start my challenge group for September. So when you're talking to like new people, and you don't have like a challenge group starting, I guess, because I won't even know when the next one is, like, what do you say to them? Okay, would you just talk to them about it, and then if they say, yeah, I want to do it, but you don't have like one set up for like a good 3 weeks, what do you do in the meantime?
Yeah, that's a good question. So if what I would do, so my next one I think is starting in, hold on, let me look at the dates. So this is this one right now is a little bit different because I did 4 weeks, and the reason I did 4 weeks is because when I was talking to people, they kind of kept like putting me off, and then they bought, so I didn't have anyone that had their packages starting the first day. So I kind of started out, I sent them like the equations of how to figure out their containers, and then I sent them like the equivalents of what like a cup versus like the container would be or whatever. But I am now starting, I think my next challenge group is starting October 12th. So you are more than welcome to join me, and you can, or say that you have, like, but I had a girl by this past Friday, and I was like, I don't have my next one starting until the 12th, but you're more than welcome to join mine right now. So if you want, you could just join mine, and you can just say, and act like it's yours, because it is yours. I mean, any coach in there I have as an admin, because I'm acting like it's all of y'all's, kind of just like it's mine. You could just say, me and a bunch of my fellow coaches are running them together. If you want to join us now, go ahead and start, or you can start with us on the 12th. Because I've had that happen before where people didn't really commit, and then I was supposed to start, and then, because and sometimes if you say 3 weeks, sometimes that does sound too long, but it really will go by fast. But you could even invite them to join the one that I'm in now if you need to.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing when they are kind of in the middle of a challenge group that I've started now. I always like really talk about how valuable the challenge groups are, and then tell them when my next one is, and that does seem kind of like far off if I'm still in my current one. So I always say, you'll be in that challenge group, but I'll also go ahead and add you into the one that's already started, so that you can go ahead and get a feel for what it's like and start getting encouraged and really motivated for when your package comes and our challenge group starts. So that way they kind of get in one already, whether they're really participating or not, or doing their program or not, they're seeing what it's like. And I've noticed that the ones that I've done that with, when it's time for the challenge group to start that they actually were intending to start with, they're way more active because they've already kind of had like a practice run.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to add or questions? Or anything that I could do that would be more helpful in like the coach basics or anything like that?
Tammy, you're just awesome.
One thing, okay, I guess what I could really end on is, I don't know about y'all, but this has been a rough month of a lot of no's. Like a lot of no's, a lot of people saying maybe next month. But this really is the hardest month, or these next couple months, they say are the hardest months of the year for Beachbody. But they also say that the coaches who really take off are the coaches that, keep their blinders on and really stay focused in these next couple months, because come December and January, people are going to turn to you because they've seen you're being consistent with it. They see it's your lifestyle and that you fully believe in it. It's not just like a kick that you're going to bail out on them too, or things like that, because that's really what sets Beachbody apart. The fact that they put us in community with others. The fact that they give us a coach to help us succeed and stuff like that. So just know that my Success Club points from this month are people that I've talked to for the last couple months. Like I have girls that finally I've talked to, I think for 5 months now, have finally come back. I have 2 actually now that I know committed back in May, did not buy anything until now, and it's September. So like, just know that it's not only you, because I'm feeling it. Trust me. I have tons of people tell me daily, and I take every no as not right now, even though they don't do it to me. That's what I think of it as. I just okay, well, I'll come back to you next month. Like, I don't know. I don't ever take no as an answer. So just know that it's not y'all, because it's I'm definitely feeling it, and it's hard. But yeah. So that is really, I guess, just last thing I had is just really keep going hard. I know that it can get frustrating, but y'all are doing awesome. I mean, I love seeing y'all's posts and how often y'all are posting. It makes me so happy, and I love reading what y'all have to say and stuff like that. So, but I kind of want to start doing like Zooms. Like, I don't know if I would want to. Weekly would be great, but I know that we're all busy, so we can kind of figure out maybe in a couple weeks or something to kind of keep maybe like highlight one thing each week or something, or I don't know. But I hope this was helpful, or I hope they all learned or took something away from it. I feel like it was very scatterbrained. So,
no, it was.
Yeah. But
hey, are we gonna can we do a picture?
Yeah, let me see how to do. Because like right now, like Kayla, you're in the middle of my screen. Let me see how to do this.
Oh, that could be scary.
Hold on.
I see 4 right now, but if I slide, I can see the other 3, but I don't know how to get them all on one screen.
Well, like, I feel like when we take pictures, when they do it from their computer, right?
Yeah, no, I think so. I just don't know how to do it.
Okay, well, I can take it with my phone.
There you go.
I guess I could do print screen, but I'll just do it on my phone. I'll do both, so just in case. But then, Kayla, you may be just like the bigger.
Oh, so I need to look good is what you're telling me. Okay. Yeah, get a good background. My microwave isn't cutting it. Okay.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to print screen. Maybe that'll work too. Ready? 1, 2. Perfect. Yay. Yay. Well, thank y'all again for getting on a Sunday night. It means the world to me. So I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.